Hello and welcome back to Pass the Torch Legacies in Jewelry. My name is Naja Desavandiest, and I have not just sat down and talked to you guys and given you an update in a really long time because life has just been coming at me full send, and it's been a season of navigating really difficult situations. So, to give you guys an update, if you're watching the video, you can already tell that the room around me has changed. And that is because I have moved. And I will be the first to say that I did not want to move. I was very upset when I found out that my husband and I had to move for personal situation reasons, and it was incredibly distressing. I am used to moving. I've moved many times, and this last home that we were in, I thought I was going to be in forever, and so there was an emotional component there where I had to let all of that go. And the situation with like our housing really changed, and I had to mentally shift from kind of a homebody back to a little bit of city living, city life. And we were previously in a really beautiful like neighborhood with grass and big parks and all of that, and that's not the situation anymore. And I mourned that for a really long time. I also mourned that everywhere we looked, because we are renting, we could not find a place that was going to allow for me to have my shop. And that is a huge point of concern. It's how I bring in income. And so we had to make a really hard decision. We looked around, we did a lot of research, and ultimately we couldn't find a place that we could both afford and that would allow a shop. So the places that would allow a shop were a little bit over budget. And that was assuming that we were living where I built my shop, wherever it was. And obviously, landlords don't want the liability of having like a torch in their space. So, and that's, of course, absolutely reasonable. So we had to get creative, and ultimately, we downsized our lives a lot. We're currently just renting a room in someone's basement to be able to afford paying rent at a studio place for my business, for my jewelry. And we're just living really small right now, and that was a hard decision, but we think it's worth it. And I'm trying to build this space and my skill set really intentionally. And this is plan A, and there's only plan A. Like, I have to make this work because I want to make this work so badly. It's not like someone's twisting my arm. I love working with jewelry, being in jewelry. I love the industry. I love the community. I love the work. I love the clients. I love everything about it. So I am grateful to be here. And everything about putting this shop together has been such a lesson to me as a person. It was really, really hard to conceptualize just moving at all. And it was a sudden move, and it was frantic, and everything was kind of chaotic for quite a few weeks. And now this place has just become a sanctuary, and it's become a great place of creativity, and the workflow is so much better than the space that I was previously in. It's also more than double the size. It's incredible. So I am incredibly grateful, and this has been a hard lesson to learn, but a really, really good one, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's actually improved my business. So previously I was working out of my basement, obviously couldn't have clients there. I think I only had one or two clients ever actually come visit the shop, which means I had to bring them into my home and all of that. But now I have a studio in a beautiful, secure space, and I'm able to invite clients in, and we get to meet one on one, and they get to see the space where their pieces are created. And it makes for such an intimate and intentional process. I absolutely love it. So that's also been an incredible blessing. I look forward to inviting my fellow jewelers into this space, which is something that I actually get to do later today instead of a housewarming party, because we're not living in a house. We're just like living in a single room in a basement. And normally after we move, we try to do like some sort of get together. I'm hosting a shop warming. So it's just a small get together with just a small handful of my fellow jeweler friends that are local, so in Denver area. And so we get to do that today. So I'm going to go out and buy drinks and food and show everyone what I built the last few weeks. It was a really strong push, but I am so grateful that I gave myself like a hard deadline, get it done by this day, because I think otherwise it would have lingered. And I'm good with deadlines. I work better with deadlines. So that is what I am excited for, and that's coming up. Another thing that's coming up is JCK. So if you will be at JCK, I will be at JCK. I will be at the Pepe booth with wonderful friends who are there. And if you would love to come say hi, I am putting together more recovery kits, trade show recovery kits, and I will be handing those out at the Pepe booth at JCK. I will only be there for 2 days because immediately after JCK, I have to go out to New Approach and I am taking a platinum fabrication class, which is long overdue if you know my backstory. So thank you all for this quick little update, listening, tuning in. And I hope to see you in person, or feel free to interact with me on Instagram at Pass the Torch Jewelers. That's the update. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you on the next episode. Cheers.